Hello, I'm Euni. I will be running Link to the Past Restricted Major Glitches, and I am joined by my co-commentator.
Hi, I'm Graygoogirl.
So, before we start, we've already met the incentive to skip the Moon Pearl incentive. You have all donated $3,000 for that. That's absolutely fantastic. There is one more incentive for a bonus any % run after this run. I would absolutely love to see this met. Even if you've seen an any % run of this game before, you've probably never seen the glitches I will do in that run. I promise you want to see that, and I would love to see that get met. But with that said, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, this is Link to the Past Restricted Major Glitches. What Restricted Major Glitches mean is that I'm allowed to do major glitches, but I'm not allowed to do anything too game-breaking. Specifically, there are 2 glitches called Exploration Glitch and Transition Corruptions that I'm not allowed to do. You can use those glitches to beat the game in under 10 minutes, which is what the bonus any % run is, and they just make the category a little bit too broken. But with that said, the first glitch I'm going to do in this run is actually Exploration Glitch. Now, you're probably wondering how that works. After all, I did just say it was banned. So the way this category works is we basically split the category glitches into underworld glitches, that is to say, dungeon and cave glitches, and overworld glitches. Underworld glitches are typically a lot more game-breaking than overworld glitches, so all the glitch restrictions only apply to these underworld glitches inside caves and dungeons, and anything is fair game on the overworld. So Exploration Glitch is a glitch that if you do it in the underworld, it would just let you walk through any walls. But if you do it in the overworld, it will let you walk through sprites, which isn't nearly as useful as walking through walls. So in order to do Exploration Glitch, it's actually a 2-part process of doing the glitch. I have to arm the glitch, and then I have to trigger the glitch. So I'm going to arm the glitch by saving and quitting while over this ledge, and then I'm going to trigger the glitch by taking damage. There's one major problem with this, though, which is that normally Exploration Glitch will not trigger in the overworld if I take damage, so I'm going to have to do a completely separate glitch in order to trigger it.
So yeah, what he's going to do now is he's going to go into the overworld and going to aggro one of these guards, pull it over to the steps, and then do some damage directly into a door transition, which will trigger Lunk State.
That's actually one of the hardest glitches in the run, so I'm glad I got it first try. If you look at Link's walking animation, it looks a little bit weird, a little bit slower than normal, and I'm actually pressing my sword button. I'm swinging my sword right now, and nothing's happening. So this is a glitch called Lonk. The game basically gets confused about whether you're a bunny or whether you're Link, and all of that means that it's possible for me to take damage in the overworld and enter Exploration Glitch, which allows me to walk through that guard right there. And that allows me to escape out of a tutorial dungeon. Now, we're not done. There's actually one more row of guards blocking our escape from the tutorial dungeon, and so I'm going to have to do a bunch of frame-perfect sword slashes and pause buffers in order to get past these guys. And I messed it up. This is a very tough clip. Third try? Let's go, third try. So, again, that was a bunch of pixel-perfect things, which I was able to line up by doing sword slashes and pause buffers. If you do enough precise movements like that, diagonal walls in this game basically become a suggestion. And you're actually going to see another one of these. I'm going to do another clip in order to get to Eastern Palace early. And I'm losing time on this. This actually barely saves time, but it looks cool, so. So now you're going to see a trick called a screen wrap, where I actually jump across the bottom of the screen. And that actually has the side effect of warping me to the top of the screen, and I can go to the top of the screen to the entrance of Eastern Palace very quickly. With that said, Eastern Palace is actually completely glitchless, so now is going to be the best time in the run to get some donations in.
Well, thank you very much. As a reminder again, we have that open incentive that was mentioned for the any percent run. We are at 866 out of $4,000 that we need to unlock that. And also, forgot to mention before, we have passed $9,000. Thank you so much, everyone. We are at $9,300. Can we hit 10,000? Probably. I hope so. I think we can hit 10,000 before this run is over. So chat, I think we can do it. In those donations for that incentive, this includes a $25 donation from Ava Grimm that says, my partner and I lost our cat Tyrion recently, donating in his memory. He would want to see the bonus run, so let's make it happen, everyone. Thank you so much for that donation. We also have a $100 donation from APath. Thank you so much. This donation in honor of all my groovy friends and for the great work Malala Fund does. We also have $100 more from Anonymous. The comment just says, let's go GDQ.
So, I was picking up all the pots. I didn't remember which ones had hearts under them, and I want to be at full health for this room because I'm going to try and do a damage boost to basically skip killing all the enemies in this room. And that was pretty smooth. I am going to pick up these pots really quick because I am at half a heart and I would like to not die to the rest of the dungeon. And if you have any more donations.
That I do. Anonymous sent in $100 with no comment, but we are so grateful that you decided to donate, so thank you so much for sending that in. We also had another $100 with no comment from TNS, so thank you so much for that as well. We have another $100 from Anonymous. Oh my gosh, y'all, you're so generous. Thank you so much for this. This one from Anonymous in the comment says 10K, let's go. So we are so close to 10K. We are $500 away. We have $25 from Poetics that says thank you to the tech crew for keeping these awesome speedrunners up and running so smoothly. And I completely agree. Shout out to the tech crew. Thank you so much for making this happen.
Can get one more in.
All right. We have $25 from Zaz with no comment, but again, thank you so much for donating. So that actually just put us over $1,000 towards that 4,000 we need for the any percent run. So we're making some fast progress. Thank you so much. Chat, let's keep this momentum going. We can get that run.
Let's get it, I believe. So we're coming up to the first boss fight of a run. This is Armos Knights. It's a very scripted fight. They always move in the same pattern, so hopefully this will go very smoothly. And went a little bit differently than I expected, but that was still a very fast fight. And we're out of Eastern Palace, and just a bunch more dialogue to go through here, so you can get in a couple more donations.
I can do that. We have $20 that came in from Anonymous. Again, no comment, but thank you very much. We have a couple other donations, all with no comments, so I'll kind of go through the list. So we have $10 from Airnick15, $15 from Goldom, and $25 from Pickpacker. So thank you so much to all three of you for your generous donations. No comments from them, but you don't need to comment to help us out. So thank you so much, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you all. So, the reason we went out of our way to beat Eastern Palace, there are a few reasons actually, but one of the reasons is because we wanted the Pegasus boots. The Pegasus boots, obviously, they let us run fast, but they have a secret extra mechanic. I've done 2 clips in this run so far, and both of them I had to do a bunch of really precise movement into ledges. The boots will let me do those exact same types of clips, but instead of doing all that precise movement, I'll just have to mash instead. And they also let me do a glitch called spin speed, which I messed up twice there. So spin speed is a frame perfect glitch, and I'm not very good at it. And I will be donating $1 for every time I mess up spin speed during this run. I'm gonna need chat to keep count of that for me. We're currently at 2. Right now, I'm going over to the northwest corner of the light world, and I just want to point out it's currently raining on the overworld, and there aren't any enemies on the overworld. That's going to be really important in a bit, so just keep that in the back of your head. But a side effect of that rain is that normally, when I go up Death Mountain, which I'm going to, actually I should explain this clip, I'm doing another spin speed clip. Spin speed. Another application of spin speed is that it lets me just clip into corners very easily, and you can add 4 to the missed spin speed counter. So you're going to see another screen wrap here, jump over that screen transition, and that's going to let me enter this cave early, and that just skipped the entirety of Desert Alice and having to get the power gloves. So another reason I went to Eastern Palace is because this cutscene, when I rescue this old man, he gives me the magic mirror. And the cutscene where he gives you the mirror, if it's raining on the overworld, this cutscene will actually crash the game. And the way to prevent that is to go to Eastern Palace and have the Armos Knights fight shake the screen. And that screen shake will prevent this cutscene from crashing and actually allow me to get the mirror. So that's the other reason we went to Eastern Palace. Now that we have a mirror, it's time to go to Palace of Darkness. Now, Palace of Darkness is well into the Dark World. We're actually nowhere near it, but we have a few tricks up our sleeve to get there early. Also, you can add 2 to the missed spin speed counter. Four more. I'm not doing very well on the spin speed front this run, but now we have a very major trick coming up.
Alright, so what Euni's going to be doing here is setting up what we call a bomb clip. Using a series of inputs, she's going to find a very specific spot on the floor and drop a bomb. And then she's going to dash into the wall right next to her, and that bomb is going to push her into the wall, which is going to push her into the Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, so all of the screens on the overworld are on the same map, so we can just warp between maps like that. I mentioned that underworld glitches are much more powerful, and things like that just let us go between completely different areas are a big part of why. Now, we just opened a door. So this clip into Palace of Darkness has a lot of consequences, because as far as the game's concerned, we're not in Palace of Darkness right now. We're in a cave. And whenever you're in the cave, the game assumes you just have 255 keys. So I can just open any doors I like. Also, I'm about to pick up the big key. Now, I'm in a cave, I'm not in Palace of Darkness, so the game is going to try and give me the cave big key. The only problem is, there isn't a cave big key, and instead, the game is actually, I just got the Tower of Hera big key, which is going to come in very handy. There's one more thing, which is I want to collect the hammer. I need the big key to open the hammer, and since I'm in a cave, the game is going to check whether I have the cave big key. And the way it's going to check that is actually, it's going to check whether I have the Eastern Palace big key. So that's another reason that I want to do Eastern Palace early, is because it will let me open this check. And I'm also going to do a double pixel perfect lineup here to have this bomb boost me across this gap and get the hook shot a little bit earlier. So if you didn't understand all of that, because there was a lot going on there, the basic gist is that I did a lot of key shenanigans, and now I have the hammer and the Tower of Hera big key. And there was actually something very important there that I'm sure everyone missed, which is that when I saved and quit, I respawned at the Sanctuary. And there wasn't any on-screen prompt like there normally is. That's actually very unusual. So just keep that in the back of your mind. I respawned at Sanctuary. That's going to be very important in a little bit. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually clipping into Escape, the tutorial dungeon, the one that I did all the glitches at the start of a run to get out of. And you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, you got out of here. Why are you going back? And this is where all the things I've mentioned to, hey, keep this in the back of your mind, all of this starts to really matter. Because the sprites on the overworld, in order to beat the game, I need a sword. And I can't get a sword powerful enough to defeat Ganon unless there are sprites on the overworld. And sprites on the overworld won't spawn until I beat this dungeon. So even though I skipped part of this dungeon early on, I really have no way out of beating this dungeon. But it ends up being faster to come back here with the hammer, with the mirror, with the boots, all these items that speed it up. There's also a nice little coincidence here, is that when we got that Tower of Hera big key in Palace of Darkness, that also gave us the big key for this dungeon. So we can skip killing this mini-boss right here and just open up the door without caring. And now this is where, if you recall, the game, when I saved and quit last time, the game put me at Sanctuary. Now, Sanctuary is actually the last room of this dungeon, so it would be incredibly convenient if this save and quit was to put me at the end of a dungeon. Unfortunately, it's not quite that simple. I accidentally opened the map. But if I save and quit and then mirror, it will put me back at the start of a dungeon just the same. So I just skipped 2/3 of the tutorial dungeon. And while I'm going through some dialogue, you can get in a quick donation.
Thank you. We have $50 that came in from Frozen Flygon. Hi, Euni. Have an incredible run. You know how to explain this better than anyone I know. And also, thank you for being a fierce and caring best friend to me. Love you. Let's see that any percent run.
Love you, Court. So now we're actually entering the most glitch-heavy portion of the run, which is I am about to get hookshot. So first off, we're starting with another screen wrap. This goes all the way to the top of a Death Mountain, gets into Tower of Hera super quickly. And now I'm going to pick up a key. I'm not actually going to use this key in Tower of Hera. You'll see where I use it in a little bit. So I mentioned we're getting hookshot. Now, hookshot is not in Tower of Hera. It's in Swamp Palace. That's in the middle of a dark world. We can't go anywhere near there, but we can do glitches that allow us to warp between dungeons. So I'm actually going to be clipping from Tower of Hera to Swamp Palace. And also, the Moon Pearl is in this room, but since you all donated, I will be skipping the Moon Pearl right here.
So we're going to the next clip, which is going to be yet another bomb clip. Again, it's a location-based placement for the bomb, several lineup spots to set it up in the right place. Drop that, use that pot to line up, and then do some buffered inputs to set us up for the actual dash. And that will put us directly in the wall. Unfortunately, we're going to have to fall to the backup, where we won't have the pot to actually set that up, so it's going to be another series of buffered inputs as an attempt.
Yeah, I got knocked down to 1 heart, so I can't do the bomb clip, so I'm going to have to do this much more complex setup.
Yeah, this uses the wall's own geometry to kind of push you in directly.
I messed it up. This is a very tough backup, unfortunately. There we go. Got it. That is such a hard backup to do. Bunch of frame perfect inputs in that. But we're out, and now we get to use the key we got earlier in Swamp Palace. Now there's an issue, which is that we need to get across this gap, but we don't have the flippers, so we can't swim. Time for a magic trick. I'm going to use the lamp 3 times, shoot 6 arrows, place 2 bombs down on the ground, and now I can swim, but it's not over yet. I actually have to swim through this wall to get through. Don't question it, just trust me that it doesn't work if you just try and swim across. And now I'm going to try very hard not to die to this enemy on the ground here. And now I can open this chest because I have the big key, because I'm actually in Tower of Hera while I'm in Swamp Palace, and I have the Tower of Hera big key because I picked up the big key while actually inside a cave, but somehow inside Palace of Darkness. If you didn't understand any of that, don't worry, we're about to do bunny glitches. So, I'm now going to go get Tempered Sword, the sword needed to defeat Ganon. And normally, I would just do this entire section of Run of a Link as Link, and it wouldn't be hard, but since you all donated, I'm going to have to do a frame-perfect glitch here. And if I miss this glitch, if I'm too late on using the mirror, the game's going to crash. So hopefully that doesn't happen. And I've been too early twice, but what you're seeing here is just the mirror warping. The camera is extremely glitchy right now, so there's a lot that's going on off screen that you're not actually seeing. I'm actually 1 pixel away from a screen transition, and that's what happened. And since the camera is so screwed up, the game is actually going to crash if I enter a downward screen transition right now. So I'm going to have to unwrap the camera by moving up and down just to unscroll it, basically. So now I'm actually on screen and can enter this downward screen transition without crashing. But there's another issue. I need money. I need to collect 300 rupees, and Bunny can't open chests. So I'm going to have to frame perfectly use the mirror as I enter this door. And that's going to put me in a state called Super Bunny, where I can run as a bunny. It's basically the opposite of Lonk at the start of a run. In Lonk state, I couldn't use items, but I was Link. In Super Bunny, I can use items and I can run, but I'm a bunny. And now I'm going to do a little portion of a run where I just run around and collect some items. I'm going to grab some bottles and some potions and a bug net, and you can read a couple donations while I do that.
Can do. We have a lot of love coming in from Anonymous. We have $25 from Anonymous that just has a heart in the comment. So thank you so much for that. We also have another Anonymous donor who sent in $10. So thank you for that, as well as another donation from Anonymous for $5. So thank you all so much for sending those in. We are also super close to $10,000. We have surpassed $9,600, and all of this gets us just a little bit closer to that. And also all of those that went towards that any percent incentive, we are at $1,200 out of the $4,000 we need. So I know we can hit that. First, we can hit 10,000 and then we can hit that incentive. So thank you all so much, everyone, for continuing to donate.
So right now I'm buying 2 potions. The potions, I'm not using them to heal or anything. I'm actually using them for glitches. So I mentioned earlier there are 2 big glitches that are not allowed in this run: Exploration Glitch and Transition Corruptions. I've already done Exploration Glitch. It's time for the other banned glitch. So once again, this is a glitch that I'm allowed to do in the overworld, but not inside dungeons. And first of all, I'm going to have to clip up onto this ledge as a bunny, which is actually quite difficult, but went very smoothly. And now I'm going to try and frame perfectly use the potion as I hit the screen transition. So this is a glitch called a YBA, Yuzuhara's Bottle Adventure. And first try nice, and it basically merges the properties of the screen I'm currently on and the screen below me. So I have the collision of the screen below me, and I'm just able to walk across those walls because they aren't really there. But I have the sprites of the screen I'm currently on, so I'm able to rescue that frog, which I need to do in order to get Tempered Sword. Pretty much the entire route of this is actually structured around getting that Tempered Sword, because it's really my only option I have of damaging Ganon. Master Sword would require beating several dungeons, Golden Sword requires having Tempered Sword in the first place, so really the entire run revolves around just getting this sword. getting this sword and having enough items to beat Ganon's tower. Also, I've been doing a glitch here called hook speed. It's basically just a faster and slightly easier version of spin speed where I use the hook shot, and you may have noticed I haven't messed it up once, so saving me money. And now that I have the tempered sword, I actually have all the items I need to beat the game. But I'm going to take a quick detour to Link's house just to grab a fairy. And hopefully I won't actually use this fairy, but I would like to complete this run. I would like this not to get mercy killed. So I do need a little bit of safety because the last part of this run is absurdly difficult. So now that I have all the items I need to beat the game, I'm going to Ganon's Tower, but I'm actually going to go to Ganon's Tower in a bit of an unconventional manner. I'm going to first go to Turtle Rock, and again, this is going to be a glitch where I clip in from one dungeon to another dungeon. And this one's actually pretty interesting, because this is actually a very recent discovery. The clip from Turtle Rock into Ganon's Tower was only discovered last December. But before I get to that, I do have to get into Ganon's Tower, and gonna have to do some more bunny glitches to get there. Normally, to clip into Ganon's Tower as a bunny, I would need to do 17 frame perfect inputs, and that sounds awful. So what I'm going to do instead is set up the clip in the light world and then mirror back to the dark world. And this can be a very finicky clip, so this might take me a little while. I'm gonna have to focus on it. Okay, that should be it. And what I'm doing here is I'm setting up for a mirror wrap. I've actually already done a mirror wrap in this run, but it wasn't very visible what's going on. What's happening is I want to hit a screen transition the same frame I hit the mirror, and that basically puts me on the wrong side of a screen transition, and I'm actually right outside Turtle Rock right now. Now I'm in Turtle Rock, and I'm basically going to go on a nice little tour of all 4 Link states. So first I did the Super Bunny glitch that I did earlier on to get in. Then I bonked into a wall, which put me into normal bunny state. Then I went through these pipes, which aren't designed through rabbit, which put me into long state. And now I'm going to take damage in long state, which is going to all of those. Oh dear. Yeah. I saw that one coming. That's unfortunate. But all of those glitches together made it possible for me to get Link State and Turtle Rock. And now I am going to do the clip into Ganon's Tower, and this is the fairly recent discovery. So how this works, because spiral staircases in this game are unbelievably broken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bonk into this staircase, and then I'm going to interrupt the staircase with a potion, and I messed it up. So I am going to try very hard not to die in this room, because it's not good if I die in this room.
Yeah, so the enemies there are chain jumps. You might recognize them from other Nintendo properties, specifically Mario. They do 4 hearts of damage each per hit, and that is obviously directly fatal. So yeah, that's one of the worst mistakes that can happen in this run. I outright have to reset because I lost my fairy, and I have to reset my save and do all the clips into Turtle Rock again. That is literally the worst thing that could happen in this run. You got any donations?
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a feeling you just did this on purpose, that you would give us some more opportunities to read out these donations. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been time. So, but you got this. You're doing great. We have $25 from Ceiling Ninja that says, let's go any percent, and that did go towards that any percent incentive. So we are still making our way towards getting that incentive, and we are also still making our way towards $10,000. Can we hit $10,000 by the end of this run? How fast can we hit $10,000? That would be a great way to end the night at past $10,000. So it would be an incredible milestone. So again, get those donations in. That would be incredible. You can do it, Twitch chat. I believe in you. We also had Durik, who sent in $10 with no comment, but thank you so much. As well as Voidfawn, who also sent in $10 with no comment, and Salguero, I'm so sorry, I completely butchered that. Salguero, who sent in $10, also with no comment. So thank you to the three of you all for sending those in. Regardless of comment, we are grateful that you're donating and helping support Malala Fund. Just Ryan also sent in $25 with no comment. This seems to be a trend, but commentless or not, we really appreciate your donation. So thank you, Just Ryan, for that $25. And then we also had a $10 donation come in from Threech that says, do you think potion flavors are actually colors, like Gatorade?
I mean, they do definitely do different things across different Zelda games, so who knows? Okay, this hopefully should be better. I did get the pattern that does not force me to take 2 hearts of damage. So I was able to keep my fairy through that room and take another shot at, what's the name of this trick? Stairmaster. So ideally, the way this works is I interrupt this stair by using a potion frame perfectly, which again I missed. It is a very annoying trick, unfortunately.
Yeah, so as I was saying, the chain jumps, 4 hearts of damage, definitely not the nicest things. But yeah, once we get the key through here, we'll be able to open that door, and that way we can reset Stairmaster. Then
it's
the next
okay.
time we
I have a
doesn't go.
fairy. I'm actually going to take damage because I need to be able to I need to be at low health to use that potion. But now we get to take a 3rd attempt at this, which I got. And now I'm going to move left while going up the staircase, and that's going to make the staircase move me diagonally and just spit me out inside Ganon's tower instead of where it's supposed to. And we're at the top of Ganon's tower now. So that's nice. So, gonna quickly dispatch a Moldorm boss. Nice little bit of trivia here. Moldorm is actually going to drop a heart container. The reason for that is because bosses are actually specifically coded not to drop heart containers if you're in Ganon's tower. That's why the Ganon's tower mini-bosses don't drop hearts. But as far as the game's concerned, I'm not in Ganon's tower. I'm inside Turtle Rock. So it just drops a heart container anyway. And now I'm able to open the door into the boss room because I collected the big key in Turtle Rock. But now we're on to the final boss gauntlet, and I'm going to shut up and try not to die.
Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit about Aga. So this is the second Aga fight that you normally do. There are 2 attacks that you can do. There's that blue one that you just saw there that breaks apart, can't be thrown back at him. And then there are these orb attacks that can be knocked back into him. You need to knock 6 of them into him in order to end the fight. So we are at 4 right now, I believe.
5, I think. I mean, got good pattern,
5,
so yeah, that's gonna kill. Not a terrible Aga fight by my standards. And now we enter the hard fight. I'm entering with 4.5 hearts and a fairy, and this fight is still incredibly scary. Ganon will deal 8 hearts of contact damage, and a lot of his fire attacks will deal 4 hearts. So even with the small margin of safety I have, this fight is incredibly scary, and I have to take it very, very seriously.
Alright, so let's cover the basics of the Ganon fight. There are 4 phases to this fight. First phase, which you'll see momentarily, Ganon will stand there, twirl his trident around, and throw it, so it goes at the player. This phase is relatively quick and easy. It's relatively easy to avoid the trident. That phase 2 is where it really starts to get spicy. And that should be starting up right now. So there are those specific fire orbs that are there, or fire markers. They turn into fire bats and fly at you, which do a very large amount of damage. But you can see right there, Euni's using the hook shot to create iframes to avoid taking damage from those. We will see a few more phases of this before we go into, we are in phase 3. So phase 3 is very quickly, Ganon will teleport to a location, jump up and break part of the floor. This happens 4 times, and leads us into phase 4, which we'll see momentarily.
I just straight up missed a sword slasher and I got very scared. So normally you're supposed to have silver arrows for phase 4, but I don't. So I'm going to have to do a bunch of tricks in order to kill Ganon, and that's going to start with Torch Glitch, where I'm going to light this torch before the other one goes out.
If by doing torch glitch like that, the first torch is lit and the second torch never goes out, it means you only have to relight the one. The other one will stay permanently lit, which makes the fight substantially easier. And then, mostly just avoiding these fire bats and making sure the damage is done via spin attacks as Ganon is teleporting away.
Do you mind if I hop in real quick?
Sure.
We have surpassed $9,800. We're at $9,842. That is just over $150 away from $10,000. Chat, can we get to $10,000 raised by the end of this run? I believe in you. I think we can do it. Let's go.
The end of the run is coming up very, very shortly.
That it is.
I did realize just now that I actually did use my parry, so I would like to point out that I just completed the run at half a heart. But time is coming up very shortly. Time. Bit of a shame about the the death in Turtle Rock, but this run is hard, and I'm pretty happy with how it went. I somehow doubt we've met the any percent incentive, but you're welcome to surprise me.
Unfortunately, we have not met the incentive for the any percent run. However, that run did still help us raise $1,400 for Malala Fund, so I still consider that a win. It's unfortunately we won't get to see the any percent run tonight. However, it's still incredible that we were able to raise so much from that incentive, so thank you so much for opening that up.
Yeah, thank you all for donating. If you want to follow me, euni_I on Twitch, I mostly stream silly challenge runs and randomizers occasionally.
And I'm Graygoogirl, so if you want to follow me on Twitch, it's just twitch.tv/Graygoogirl.
And that'll be all for us. Really looking forward to the next few days of this event.
Thank you so much again, Euni and Graygoogirl, for being here with us at Flame Fatales. What an incredible run with some very knowledgeable and incredible commentary. That's such an absurdly technical run, and so I'm honored to have seen it, and also to have you all here with me to see that run done and finish out our night. Again, we are at $9,867. We are so close to hitting 10,000 for the first day of Flame Fatales for this marathon. So if anyone wants to get in any last minute donations to get us over that 10K mark before the day closes, we're still going to be here for a little bit of time while we wrap up and also just sort of wrap up our day. So you still have a chance. Get those donations in. Let's see if we can hit 10K before the end of the day so that the runners and the hosts tomorrow can wake up to starting nice and fresh. Oh my gosh! We just I looked at the tracker and it just hopped up to $10,000. Thank you so much to everyone who donated. We had a couple of donations come in at the very end of that run. We had $25 from Silver Sun Frenzy. We can't let those chain chomps win. Here's $25 towards the link to the past any percent run. Unfortunately, we didn't meet it, but we were able to raise a ton of money for Malala Fund through that incentive. So thank you everyone who donated. We had $50 from Leviathan with no comment, but thank you so much. $25 from Yesteryear. Thank you so much for that donation. $156 from Shoujo that said amazing run, amazing cause. Nice work, everyone. $25 from Hi that says amazing runs. What an awesome first day. And thank you so much, everyone that pushed us over and we made it to $10,000 on the first night. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been incredible being here and being able to be a part of this. You all have been so great. Thank you so much to everybody today who has donated and just been here, even if you haven't been able to donate, but just wanted to tune in and hang out with us. It's been an incredible honor to stream with you all. And it's been an incredible honor for me to help host and help out all of these incredible people and runners and an incredible organization. So thank you so much, everyone. Again, all of these donations go directly to Malala Fund, an incredible cause. You can find out more about Malala Fund by checking out chat. There should be some links in there to tell you more about Malala Fund. You can check out their website, and you can learn more about Flame Fatales on the Games Done Quick website as well. So thank you again, everyone, so much for being here. This has been our final run of the day, but we will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific with more speedrunning goodness. We'll be starting off tomorrow with Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, one of my favorite runs, and also a very nostalgic game for me. You won't want to miss that. Skybills will be running that first thing tomorrow. We also have some other incredible things coming up, like Titan Souls, I believe, is tomorrow. Kirby's Dream Land. I'm not saying in these in order. I'm so sorry. Ill Bleed, Go-Go, Hamster Chef, and we have a spooky block coming up tomorrow with some Signalis, Resident Evil 4, and maybe some other fun things. So definitely tune in tomorrow. We have some more runs coming up tomorrow and for the rest of the week. So again, you don't want to miss that. But in the meantime, it has been an incredible time hanging out with you all. Get some sleep. Sleep percent is coming up next, very important. Or if you're not ready to sleep yet, or if it's not your sleeping hours, don't worry. We'll be taking a short break after this, and then we will be rating someone. Don't know who yet, but we'll be rating a wonderful speedrunner who is a part of the Fatales community. So if you're still hanging out, stick around for that raid. And once again, thank you all so much for having me. I am Spef. It's been lovely hosting you all, and we will see you all again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Thanks so much.